pensando que te crees que no te quedas con más capacidad.
Sí. Cuatro filas, por favor, no se salgan de la fila. De este lado, chicos. Háganle caso al señor que la
Cuidado, en 3
Myron, we're taking our smoke signals. Going up with the caravan. I'm here in Mexico City at the stadium. And showing you what people are doing this morning to get ready to travel on the road. Please take a minute to share. Right now there. So they're giving migrants a free ride on the metro. So today they'll be going the longest route on the metro.
No se detengan, avancen por favor, avancen. No se detengan en la escalera, mamacita, avancen por favor.
Avance.
Ábrela por la puerta, por favor.
Siga avanzando.
A ver, pásale por acá, pásale por abajo.
Seguimos avanzando, de favor. Seguimos avanzando, por favor.
Aváncele de este lado, damita, con su carrera. Aváncele de este
Avancen
lado.
más rápido, señorita, por favor, avancen, avancen, no se me detenga.
De este lado,
No
para
se me
la
detenga,
carrera.
avancen, por favor, avancen, no se me detenga, avancen. Avancen, por favor, avancen, por favor, avancen. Digo, avancen, por favor.
Muévanse.
No suelten a sus niños de las manos.
Gracias.
Avánzale, por otro lado. Avánzale, pásale de este lado,
Pásale.
¡Salud!
Avancen, no te me detengas, vení,
Avancen.
Avánzale.
want to do the Eagle smoke signals. I'm currently in the head of the caravan, where many of the relatives got ready early this morning, and they're going to be traveling on their way towards the United States.
Sigan avanzando, por favor, no se detenga. Hay que seguir avanzando, por favor, no se detenga, por ambos lados. Por ambos lados, pueden avanzar.
Derecha, izquierda, derecha, izquierda. Se encuentran las escaleras para realizar cambio de andén y puedan tomar su tren. Derecha, izquierda, derecha, izquierda. Se encuentran las escaleras para realizar cambio de andén y puedan tomar su tren.
From what I've seen, the majority that was coming through are children.
Derecha, izquierda, derecha, izquierda. Se encuentran las escaleras para realizar cambio de andén y puedan abordar su tren.
Caravan coming through. They're packed on both sides of the train right now. And they'll be coming through. They're going to go up and around, and they're going to be getting on the caravan. Again, this is the first wave coming through. Many of you guys just tuning in to the Eagle and the Condor Caravan. And then we have a bag of food that you can see, you guys. This is what we're traveling with. Look at that. You don't know what your next meal is. This is what you're bringing. This is food. You have children.
Para terminar,
Sigan avanzando, de favor, los fondos por seguridad no crucen la línea. Sigan avanzando hasta el fondo, de favor.
Family right there, guys. That's not all of being told in the media as dangerous people. These are
derecha. Dos filas. No te pegues a la línea María, muchacho.
Permítame tantito, ¿sale? Ahora sí, despacito, despacito. No hay necesidad de correr. Despacito, no corran, no son de los niños. No corran, por favor. De correr, con mucho cuidado. Agarren a sus niños, por favor. Despacito. Mucha suerte, mucha suerte. Despacito. El tren no espera, ¿eh? El tren no espera.
No se entreguen para la línea María. Sigue a la derecha. Eso es lo que está ahí. Sigue a la derecha. Comienza donde van a ir.
Her and her sister. Can I help you? Hundreds, several hundred, just families right in the front coming through. This is the first leg again of the Eagle and the Condor Caravan. Loading up families. I'm gonna take a minute to share, guys. Hashtag Eagle and the Condor Caravan. As you can see, for the first several hundred was families. Women, children. Carrying his toy truck. My son is probably this guy's age.
Niña, no se salga para la línea María, pégate para acá, pégate para acá.
Adiós.
Dejen el trecho, ponen dos filas acá a la derecha. Dos filas a la derecha. Dos filas, no se salga para la línea María. Avancen, avancen, ustedes se ganan dos filas. Dos filas allá atrás, por favor. Dos filas, mira, agarran las manos. Dos filas hacia la derecha. Déjense a la derecha, déjense a la derecha. A la derecha. Dos filas ahí, por favor. Enfrente hay espacio donde podemos pasar.
Dejemos esa bolsa de que eso pesa. No le vale peso. Allá te van a dar. Vamos a ver, caballero, es la comida.
Okay, guys, there's the wave of the caravan is coming in. Coming in from in front of me on the east gate, and then they're coming around on the west gate, one around. And they're giving everyone a free ride out of Mexico, and they're going to be on the road. There's another caravan coming in. This is documented here in Mexico City as the largest caravan in the history of these caravans coming through indigenous people. You got kids, mostly women, children and kids that I've seen. This is actually a little after 5 a.m. in the morning. This is an elder. It looks like she's by herself. This is not in the middle of the night. This is they were up early this morning preparing to leave. This is in the morning time. And there are going to be waves like this coming through. Just to have this stuff a little bit. Look at that. I've put in my finger and I put my tongue out to him, and he put his tongue out to me, and I put it back. I put my 2 fingers up like that. Just kids and families. Again, this is the first wave. There's like people are coming in different ways to get on the train. The transit is there's a free ride. Get them out of the get everyone loaded safely, and I think it's as far as possible out of the city, Mexico City.
No quiero más.
Strollers with their babies, many stairs. These are stairs at the very end, like just one of many stairs. She's got another climb to do.
¿Para allá?
Yeah. show you guys what it takes. They're traveling thousands of miles. This is what they're carrying. If that stroller breaks down, that's it. Señor.
Hay que avanzar, que solo nos están dando chance, señores. Hay que avanzar. Avance, avance, por favor. Cuando solo nos están dando chance, avanzando. Hay que avanzar lo más rápido que se pueda.
Como hoy está subido ahí, bueno, te vas a llevar mi verga. Ya.
¿Y qué es esa manera? Señores, el último centro de estar dando chance. Hay que avanzar, por favor.
¿Qué subir el otro?
That was heavy. Wow. This is what the basic needs are if you're bringing a baby.
Ready?
Hay que avanzar lo pronto que se pueda, por favor, hay que avanzar, señores. Es el último tren. Nos están dando chance. Nos están esperando por el último tren, gente. Avance, ligero.
Caminamos, puta.
Que se levantaron a las 4 de la mañana para estar dentro de ahí con todo el mundo. Pero nadie hace caso. Avance, 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 avance,
the load has been going on for the past 40 minutes. People going in. These trains are completely packed. This is one of the several trains that came through on both sides of the terminal here. Again, there's a lot of strollers. People have their, some of the women are single, the men are single fathers.
Señores, hay que avanzar más rápido que se pueda, que se pueda.
Miren, todo va con va con niños, papá. Todo el mundo va con niños aquí, miren.
How far are you going?
Querétaro.
No, no.
Querétaro.
Oh,
Next city up.
okay. You gotta ride that?
No, then I'm headed up. Headed up with everybody.
Oh, you walking? God. How far is that ride?
Going on 200 kilometers. We're gonna be most of it by foot and checking. They say we're gonna get 12 kilometers this way.
12 kilometers.
But that's, you know,
Where did you start off with?
Tapachula, the Mexican border.
Oh, over there.
Border with Guatemala.
Was you with Caravan? Were they at the 100 that we're looking at?
It didn't happen.
It's been misreported. I mean, if I get so we can't say what happened, but those specific events that were reported were not confirmed. And there was people that led to that report. There was a lot of confusion in those few days, and there was a lot of misreporting. You have no way of knowing like the people that so you can't say anything about it. But those two specific reports were not verified. Who verified we worked with about 3 human rights agencies that were doing most of the investigation. But it was more like no one ever proved that. And we got every angle that existed. They initially cited really nice. Whoever was the person who made the report, and he was very clear. He's like, I never said that. So somehow that was what he There's it's in Spanish, but I can send it to you. That kind of goes through the details of it's kind of the best statement on just details.
Can you give me just a short overview of what's going on this morning?
Sure, yeah.
Just an audio.
So right now, there's several thousand people leaving the stadium here in Mexico City, heading to Querétaro. We worked with the officials here in Mexico City. They opened up a full hour of the metro in advance so people could get across the city. You can see this is the first train of the regular metro. And you can see how difficult it is for people to get on. It's going to be tricky. But we got most everybody across the city in empty cars before kind of the morning rush began. And so now it's going to be a little tricky. We're going to have to figure out how to get everybody there. But
this looks like a group of elders. Older.
This is a group of people headed to work.
Yeah, this is a group of older people. Yeah. I mean, look at that. This is packed in their heart. So what is the reason, give people an understanding, what's the reason of traveling all together like this?
Yeah, I mean, the route, the migrant route through Mexico is extremely dangerous and has been made dangerous intentionally as a way to intimidate and deter people from coming north. So a lot of the services get shut down, a lot of the routes get policed, people get harassed and extorted by police along the way. A lot of the territory that migrants walk through has been basically conceded by the government to gang control, to terrorize people, to make it more difficult. And so one of the things that means is it's really expensive to get through safely. You have to pay basically smugglers and gangs that control the territory to get through. And then even if you do that, about 1 out of every 20 people that move through the country is either killed or kidnapped. And so the point of moving as a group is to be able to have some form of safety. It also results in a certain form of visibility, which I think people are embracing. But the reason for it is, I mean, you can see like all the families, little kids.
I see mostly families.
That would have a really hard time getting across the country safely otherwise.
I seen a short video last night of another documentary guy who just reported. I mean, I'm here filming, consistently, and he only reported as many minutes as he could. It kind of looked like he's trying to create this fear.
Yeah, it's interesting how in the U.S. the right wing there's a certain kind of this repeated phrasing that they have that's focused on people's age and gender. That I mean, you can appreciate it in a certain sense how people are especially sympathetic when there's people that are carrying little kids, and there's people that are older and so on and they get a certain amount of extra sympathy. But what we're actually seeing, Fox News and so on, is trying to report, trying to build a fear response in people that are worried about young men. And of course, you know, it's based on racist ideas about young men of color that the U.S. has founded on and is used to over-police people for a long time. But it's, you know, and if it were a group of, you know, all 18-year-old men, they still deserve the right to have, you know, lives safe from extortion and kidnapping and so on.
Right.
But in this case, it's a false impression because the vast majority of the caravan is families with children.
And that's what I see them all morning. Going up those stairs with strollers and babies. So you're gonna go all the way to Tijuana?
Yeah. Or whatever else happens along the way. It's pretty clear now that that's the destination where people, or the majority of people are headed to. There may be people who are traveling for safety for some distance along the way, and then they choose another route at some point.
So where does the train end here?
This goes across the city to Cuatro Caminos.
Cuatro Caminos.
Yeah, this line ends at Tacubaya.
Tacubaya. That's where you guys are getting off. Tacubaya.
I think we're actually getting off before that. I'm gonna look at a map right now to get my itinerary. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I appreciate you. And, I want to make sure that, you know, we're setting up a charging system down in the stadium. We just got everything last night. Got the boards made last night. And then, but the charging packs, you know, like we're using hashtag Eagleandcondorcaravan.
Okay.
It's already out there.
Yeah, I checked it out yesterday. It was good.
So when you put that on there, I know I can share what you're at. Are you going to be live streaming too?
Maybe. I'm not sure whether I will be, but I think there will be a live stream. Yeah, from the publishing from Dennis page as well as this.
What I can do, and then I'll give it a source, and you can do it.
Okay. Yeah, let's chat about it.
Send me a friend request. Send me on WhatsApp, and I'll make that happen. We're going to try to go to the egg meet. We're also going to try to go where they're coming from. You know, so we're going to try to establish where people know also. Who's helping to donate? How do people know where to donate?
There's it's actually pinned as the first post on the Pueblos Influencers Facebook page, but it's an online fundraiser, so it's easy to just kind of click and donate.
Can you send that to me and then I can share it?
Yeah.
And what are the funds go to?
So largely the humanitarian aid is being taken care of by people in Mexico who are coming and supporting. What we're using most of that funding for is filling gaps, for organizing materials, for the assembly to be able to have megaphones, to be able to have art supplies, to be able to have emergency transportation, to do the legal training for the shelters that people are staying in along the way, and when they have crunches for resources, and basically fill those gaps. And the humanitarian aid project is massive. It's millions and millions of dollars worth of what we're trying to use that funding for is to fill in the gaps.
What do Americans need to know about here right now? What's happening? What do they need to know or prepare for?
I mean, I think the most important thing people need to know is that this is a very small group, actually, of the hundreds of thousands of people that are forced out of their homes in Central America every year. And so, like, it may look really big. For some people, that's exciting. For some people, that's scary. But this is a small group, and it's not strange for there to be. Well, it's strange in the sense of we shouldn't have to live in a world where people are forced to flee their homes. But it's not strange in the sense of this is nothing particularly unusual compared to last year, the year before, and so on in terms of migration patterns. What people should know, I do think, though, is that migration is a really brutal one, where people experience a lot of danger here in Mexico, where they're fleeing a dirty war in Honduras and in Guatemala and in El Salvador, where the people that control the country have decided basically decided that I may actually hop on this one, but have let violence take control of their countries because they don't want to protect people. And that has a lot to do with their relationship with the United States and the United States military, and we'll explain a little more later.
Many blessings, man. Next week, we're gonna meet you at the end. I want to give you something before you go. We're gonna meet you at the end. Okay? So we do got people riding on the caravan and actually making sure that people are safe and there's eyes on the ground. And that's been one of the main goals I'm here is to share this with Indian country. An entrepreneur right there. Alright guys, this is Myron D with Digital Smoke Signals out here at the Eagle, meeting the Condor, Eagle and Condor Caravan, hashtag Eagle, Condor Eagle and Condor Caravan. Again, that's hashtag Eagle and Condor Caravan. Long train. Long train.
Guidance people who are lagging behind. ¿Vamos juntos, compas? ¿O esperan un ratito?
Estaba esperando la familia que venga, pero él quiere que lo
Es lo que pasa es que ahorita tengo el presente.
vamos a ir. Qué necio.
That's what I was going to say. What is it people should, what can they send ahead? Is there a place where ahead of where people can send donations, like shoes?
So from the U.S., there will be people trying to put together supplies. From the U.S., it can be a little bit tricky to actually take large amounts of stuff across the border. And so large, they were telling people that either send money or if you want to bring supplies, buy it in Mexico. Because people get stopped taking off large amounts of stuff across San Diego and stuff like that. That said, people collect things and we do our best to try to receive them there as well.
My other question is for the Indian country. We have a two-spirit, and here it would be gay, transgender. How are they protected?
Yeah, so there's actually a specific crew that's been organizing along the way. Between maybe around 100, mostly trans women, mostly from Honduras, but from a variety of countries, who kind of had assemblies and meetings along the way. As you can imagine, there's some extra shit that people run into. Either from the authorities or in some cases, from other people on the road. And so that group, organized to support each other, both for defense and for friendship and so on.
Yeah. How can people support? Like, if they want to support a family, if they want to support the elders, if they want to support,
Right.
I'm seeing a lot of men with children, and surprisingly,
Yeah.
and,
Little kids.
Yeah, little kids.
I would say, at least from how we're operating, we're doing our best to make all of the support that we held channeled be collective and not specific to particular groups, because that's what the Caravan's asked us to do. But there will be opportunities that should be coming out in the next week or so for people that are interested in supporting on the U.S. side, as people are exiting detention, to be able to help either as sponsors or supporting people through their court processes, in legal proceedings and so on. And that will be coming out in the next week or so.
What is the website again that we can go to?
For now, Pueblos Sin Fronteras is a Facebook page, is the best source of information that we can provide. And then there will be other organizations that are taking on different elements of the support that we'll be able to direct people to.
That'll work. That's definitely what we needed to know. People need to know where to support.
And I'll send you right now that link.
That's the main question. All right, guys, Digital Smoke Signal is going to sign out for now. We're also going to go ahead of the Caravan and pretty much just show from A to B where everyone's at, making sure everyone's safe, seeing how people are walking and what they have to go through, so people on the state side can be prepared. Indigenous people, their relatives, people in solidarity as well. So Pija Tumia in a good way, Pija Yaroa, Nanishta Hai Tumia, many blessings to Nanishta Hai Tumia Namaga, to our relatives traveling, our family traveling here from Eagle and Condor Caravan. The Pija Tumia, this is Myron Du with Digital Smoke Signals. Oh.